morning, GTB and buddies. This is Ultimate 23 Dragon, and welcome to another edition of the Top 10 Countdown. You ever realize that sometimes during races, you will see something so unbelievable and so ridiculous to cause a caution? It just makes you go, what the frigazoid just happened here? And sometimes it makes you go, why did this happen? Or how did this happen? Well, that's what this countdown is about. This is Top 10 Countdown. WTF Cautions.
Well, we know, and it's so obvious. Oh, here he goes. He's looking again. And this is where Harvick has always, he's been so good this year. Center off. Able to get back in the gas and stay. He had to lift a little bit right there, and Kurt pulled away.
And he had to do the same thing off turn 4 the last time, just feathered a little bit.
You know, a lot of times a driver will make a run at you and give you all he's got and see if you can hang or not.
Yellow's out.
And caution is out.
Never mind. We have seen it. Listen, you talking about a cluster. You wait till you see this restart. We've seen them down in 1 and 2, 3 and 4 wide. Wait till you see this one. You're not going to believe your eyes when you see what happens in this next restart.
And it'll be a green-white checker. Debris in turn 4 is the reason for this caution flag. And it came with a lap to go. There it is.
Caution for debris on the racetrack.
Yeah. I'll tell you one thing, it's going to take a while.
I believe the answer to that would be, Wally, everywhere.
They say there is debris in the groove in turn 1, and there it is.
Piece of paper.
Oh, please don't tell me it's paper.
It's a piece of paper.
But see, again, just like what happened to us at Charlotte, if it had a little shine to it, you look at it, how do you know for sure?
Binoculars.
Well, oh, please don't tell me it's paper. 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 Oh, please don't tell me it's paper.
Now, here it is, overhanging the track at turn 4. The first car coming is going to be Kyle Busch. That's going to catch in his right front wheel well, and it's just going to whipsaw the fender behind the wheel well. Now, where is it going to go? Watch Mark Martin right here. He's going to come along, pick up that cable. It's going to do a little damage to the left rear of his car. There it is in the air. It's going to catch on Mark's car, and then it's going to go underneath Marcus Ambrose's car. You see the camera getting kicked, the cable getting kicked up into the air, off to the side, and it's going to hook underneath Ambrose's car where it severs a brake line. There it is again, moving between Martin's car and the yellow and black number 9 of Ambrose.
Here's your problem right here. I think a piece of concrete possibly came up and hit Jeff Gordon's car.
Something off into turn 3.
Something happens right along in there. You see the dust fly up and you see the pieces flying. I think that's the racetrack has come up, and a piece of the track has
Damaged a whole hell of a lot more than that.
That's like what happened to him at Martinsville last year. Look at that. And now they're picking now they're going around and picking the rest of it up. I mean, it's what they put in cracks. There's a big chunk of it right there, and that stuff's hard. It's not like a spring rubber that's pretty soft.
78 laps to go, under a break here for track repair. When you pave a racetrack, beginning at the bottom of the apron, you lay the pavement in courses about 12 feet wide, and that creates a seam right where those safety workers are standing.
Do need to make note that A.J. Allmendinger, the 43 car that led this race, brought out one of those last cautions.
Caution.
In fact,
Don't know why. Caution.
The yellow is out. And we believe that this may be again for the asphalt down between turn 1 and 2. Very adjacent to or the same area as where the patch was put down before. For the second time today, the field has been brought down pit road, stopped behind the Ford Mustang GT pace car. A NASCAR official at each car, and they've gone out to deal with the issue of turn 1 and 2. As often happens when you make a patch in asphalt, it's the adjacent asphalt that goes first, and you see that seam beginning to break up. And once it does, what surrounds that patch is going to work its way apart, and all that aggregate comes down the banking and just raises havoc.
Now we are under caution for the second time today.
A big piece of debris right there.
That or a trap door in the track one.
That's what it looks like. Wow, you know what? That's the caution lights is what that is.
Yeah.
Somebody, I'll tell you, these guys have been running so close to that wall, they've knocked that light off. I've seen these guys getting up so close up there. I believe they knocked the light off.
They do their job. Watch this. Here it comes.
No, maybe it's just the wind off of them. Man, that's
Wind's blowing hard that way too. But somebody.
That's a heavy-duty light too. Now, it's a good thing it didn't hit a car.
Yeah, exactly. That's a yellow caused by the yellow.
Caution has waved. Greg Biffle had taken the lead. Kyle Busch second. Kurt Busch third. Jeff Gordon had fallen to fourth on that restart. So Gordon ties the record for consecutive laps led from the start of the race. And this one is a little different. They dropped the green flag, or waved the green flag, to restart the race. However, the drivers are controlled these days as much by the green and yellow flag as by the caution lights all the way around the racetrack. And we're told the caution lights failed to extinguish when the track went green.
We were watching him. He was just about to go a lap down, so I think these cautions, they've possibly been his best friend, Matt.
Lights are on, but I didn't hear him say caution. They're not waving them.
Absolutely. Something going on. There
the caution lights came on without being triggered by NASCAR. So now the call has come down from the tower to wave the caution flag.
Here in Texas on Friday, it is nighttime racing at Texas Motor Speedway, which requires lights, a section of which on the inside of the back straightaway have just gone out.
It's like maybe they overheated, trying to cool them off.
Dale Jr. Noticed it.
Never had lights go out over here. Oh boy, yeah.
Well, we've seen deer on this racetrack, we've seen rabbit, we've seen all kind of things, and here they are chasing a fowl, I guess.
We had a heck of an experience with a rabbit here a few years ago. You remember that, Ned?
Oh, yeah, the front straightaway.
There
The fans got to see it.
Under caution here at Pocono for two reasons. They're repairing the wall, and we also have a jackrabbit on the racetrack right under the eagle. That's quite a shot there, isn't it?
Looks like the eagle's ready to land on top of the rabbit and take him away, and NASCAR is hoping it would.
This is not the lucky dog or the free pass. This is not even funny. And yo, Rennie, up and over.
Right through the hole in the fence.
Jeff Hammond, noted outdoorsman. What kind of a critter is that?
That looks like it may be a gray fox, and he is definitely knowing the exit for getting out of here.
How about that? What a move!
Who let the dogs out?
We had a dog running through the infield, and this was while first practice was underway, so they threw the red flag, they stopped the trucks, and the safety crew tried to chase this dog down.
After it took two safety trucks, about 4 guys, and that dog, it just finally gave up. They didn't catch it, it just
got tired.
Gave in.
Because they told Brian Vickers they did indeed have a loose left rear wheel. And he just hit the wall. He just hit the wall hard, Matt. And
Gilliland spins. And everybody else gets on the brakes.
I think they're running over parts over there. I see parts flying everywhere.
And a wheel goes over the fence into a camper area.
Watch the left rear tire on the 39.
Oh, wow. I'll tell you, what you're seeing right there is the actual end of the housing breaking off, because the hub's still attached. You can see it attached to the wheel.
if you remember, you can see the rotor flying up the racetrack right there.
And those loose tires are not a good thing if someone hits.
Yeah, and that thing's heavy because it has, like I said, it has the hub attached to it. Probably weighs a good 60, 70 pounds.
Wow. Trouble in turn 2 for Ryan Sieg and Corey LaJoie.
Something going on the hillside hospitality area overlooking turn 1, and you see the drivers racing through that smoke. It doesn't have anything to do with what's going on the racetrack. Let's see if we can find out exactly what it is here in a minute.
Well, that's got to be unsettling for the drivers to drive through that deal.
I promise you, at 190 miles an hour entering that corner, already treacherous conditions to start with. Somebody telling you everything's okay. Caution's out.
Caution's out. Caution's out.
And it is for the smoke, and just that, not having the drivers racing through that reduced visibility. There is a fire truck that has arrived on scene, and I'm sure they'll have that quickly extinguished.
Coming to get the green flag. And the green flag's in the air, and they put the caution back out because they still had safety vehicles on the track in turns 1 and 2. What in the world? What were they thinking?
They got about 3 trucks still out on the racetrack.
And some guys haven't seen it yet.
We've just shown you the caution probabilities that there's going to be a late yellow flag. We've seen what a scramble. Oh, there's a caution right here.
Well, I bet he's glad he didn't pit when I told him to.
Debris in turn 4, or somebody. It is apparently something happening that requires security help down in turn 4 on the Spectator side of the fence. That would put said person in danger should something happen on the racetrack right there. I don't want to give it any more publicity than that. Let's just say it's somebody doing something stupid that's brought out the caution in the race.
I climb over the damn fence.
Well, there you go. That's what it is. There's a Spectator trying to climb up the crash fence in turn 4, who I suspect will be escorted out of here for a visit.
Yeah, and he should
with
be.
some of the authorities shortly.
That is not smart.
Caution for perhaps one of the more unusual things in my nearly 30 years of broadcasting these races, a fan climbing the catch fence, the safety fence between the grandstand and the racetrack. The topic of conversation came up, wonder which driver's t-shirt that fan was wearing, but the answer to that is he wasn't wearing a shirt. So there you go.
There's a little bit here, but he's got it. He's got it. He's getting loose. Oh.
Back it down, baby. You're the best.
Dave Lee wins a wacky race at Charlotte.